Don't be too rough. Donald Trump is the president once again. It's fucking cool. I was watching the Charlie Kirk stream last night. They were giving the best coverage. Easily they were giving play-by-play about everything going on. But it was so fucking satisfying. The entire way through, Trump was just beating Kamala's ass. It was fucking beautiful. I was just online watching everybody freak out. I've never like tweeted as much or like been on Twitter as much as I've been yesterday and today. Like you can see like on my Twitter, which is in the description by the way, it's just the giant gaps between when I actually use the app or like post anything. But I just love the tears. That's why we're here. I love the fucking tears. You see, this is what happens when you try to demonize a group. Most people don't trust the media anymore. The media has lost any sort of trust with the people. They lie very often. They face no consequences for their lie. It is insanely hard to punish a news network. And while I don't think we need more regulation, like saying they can't cover things, however, I do think we do need laws in place that makes them easier to go after when you feel they are not telling the truth. And if they get run out of business from lawsuits, I think that's fair. That's how the system should work. But the fact they are basically immune, no matter what they say, no matter what violence they incite, calling someone a literal dictator that caused World War II, calling someone him is obviously going to incite people to violence. This was not a popular person using lies and all this stuff. If you can't prove that somebody is something, don't call them that. But I can prove liberals are bitches, okay? But let's just get
some batshit crazy people together.
I just came off the Young Turks show where I lit into the Democratic Party. Bunch of losers.
Yeah.
Corporate Democrats.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah, that's why
they've cost us election after election. They're corrupt.
Who is us? Aren't you one of them?
And they lost.
You're one of them, Check.
It looks like to a syphilitic clown. Total moron, con man, Donald Trump.
Oh, everyone's a clown but you.
If you lose
have all
to
the
a
answers. Why don't you run, bro? Why don't you run? You know why. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking communist.
Boom, like Donald Trump twice.
Get out of here. Sit down.
What does that make you?
Try again.
We still have an electorate, 70 million plus, that will be voting for a man who said he was going to assassinate for treason the chairman of the Joint Chiefs because he didn't support him on January the 6th, who said just in recent days he was going.
These motherfuckers be lying. If you can't pull that direct quote, you should not be able to say this. Like, you're just lying. That's not what he said.
Going to execute Liz Cheney with a firing squad, 9 guns pointed and shooting at her face. A man who has said that he was going to shut down CBS because he didn't like how they edited an interview. A man who said he was going to be a dictator from day one. A man who said he was going to terminate the Constitution. A man who said he was going to use.
He fucking won. Deal with it. People. One, he didn't say like most of that shit, or it's just completely out of context. But two, what does this tell you about the American people? They don't listen to you, MSNBC. They don't listen to CNN anymore. You don't have the power over people with free thought. People who are able to distinguish lies from truth by going out of their way and finding answers. Or I don't even blame the people who are like, may have voted for Hillary the first time or voted for Joe Biden. But they were able to come to the table and listen to the arguments that people on the other side were making without being emotional, without being so ignorant they can't change their mind and admit that they were wrong. There are literal millions of people who voted for Joe last time who are saying, I didn't want to vote for him. I made a mistake. I've seen that. Every comment section you go to that's political, for the right, it's people talking about that, talking about how the fact that they were told these things by the media that they found to be untrue when they looked by themselves, when they listened to people. If any of this was true, why would this be the time that black voters starts leaning in the other direction in any way? Granted, we're still overwhelmingly Democrat, but I think it was 16% of black men voted Republican, that's fucking huge. That's huge. I remember when I was growing up, it was like 98% of people voted, black people voted Democrat. Like, it was big. It was a much bigger percentage. Like, it was a bigger gap, you know? It's closing every year now, ever since Trump came onto the scene. And now we're seeing the effects of that. You can't hold a people hostage using their race, using their skin color forever. Eventually, they'll wake the fuck up. And I think my community does still have that slave mentality, but it's breaking. All you need is a few intellectuals convincing them. Black people aren't stupid. We're one of the most creative groups of people. But because of that, I think a lot of our like cognitive function when it comes to rational thinking can be jeopardized. Being most very creative people, I wouldn't say are the most controlled. I wouldn't say they're the most like, they're not the best philosophers, right? All the time. Sometimes they're out there and you need people like that. But because we're so creative, I think we do lose that very rational part of us sometimes. And I'm glad that black people are able to now balance that much better. We're going to see a change, I think, in the next 4 years where black people in the next election will hit another record for most black votes for the Republican Party. As long as Donald Trump keeps his word, I don't see how this a group of people could fail, to be honest with you. He has Elon Musk. He has Joe Rogan's on his side now. I'm sure he'll criticize him, but I hope that helps keep him on track.
He's the army.
We have fucking RF Kennedy handling the health and safety. And then obviously Donald Trump knows how to handle foreign policy, which is really what we're struggling with right now. And he's obviously a huge economist. We got JD Vance. We have a lot of really good, solid people. And I think we're going to see a big change. And I think we're going to see a lot of people go to jail that belong in prison. I mean, people on that Diddy list. Hopefully the Epstein stuff gets sorted out. I'm excited. And yeah.
And he was going to use the National Guard on his political opponents. I literally could go on all day, and yet you talk to Trump voters and they'll go,
and they fucking
he didn't say that. Wait, no, I didn't hear him. And then you say, well, here's the quote, and then they'll go, yeah, he didn't mean that. So there's something far more long-lasting than just Donald Trump, the candidate. There is a sort of Russian embrace of disinformation, a radical.
You mean like Hunter Biden? You mean like Hunter Biden, the son of the guy you guys backed? Is that what you mean? You mean the Russia that had connections with Hillary and not Trump? Is that what we're talking about?
Disvaluing.
You guys just fucking lie. This is what I'm talking about. How stupid do you think people are? How stupid?
Devaluing
Everyone
of truth over the last 9 to 10 years, and a complete ignorance on civics and what the term Madisonian democracy even means, what checks and balances even means, what judicial review even means, what the rule of law even means. How do we as a nation, even post-Trump, how do we reach those Americans who apparently didn't go to civics class, apparently didn't learn the basics of this Constitution, and have just been...
Guys, to get you to vote for me, I'm going to call you fucking stupid. Shut the fuck up. Dumbass. Dumbass motherfucker. We know you're lying about the Russian stuff. Why would you bring up Russia again when you know your whole side has been colluding with Russia? You've been selling shit to Russia. Hunter Biden's laptop is fucking proof. We know that you guys are fucking shady. And you bring up Russia? Are you stupid? That's like me bringing up a crime I committed in the middle of a fucking election. Are you dumb?
Overwhelmed with disinformation over the past 9 years.
I think this is a big, huge part of the story that it's hard to even digest fully at this moment. But you have Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it these days, X, who is a disinformation propagandist and now has a direct...
It's almost like we got documents and actual proof that the U.S. government was controlling social media like Twitter and having them completely shift Twitter to fucking Democrats. That's why everybody who was on the right was getting banned. That's why all of the information on Twitter was so bullshit. You guys are like, oh, no, Twitter is where it's supposed to be. The reason it looks a lot more right now is because fucking Twitter before was an arm of the government, completely censoring out the Republican voices so Democrats could stay in power.
Could potentially have a direct line to the Oval Office.
This on this set numerous times is that you have a state where you've got a 6-week abortion or a 12-week abortion. I think theirs might be 12 weeks. But it's a state where women lost their reproductive rights, where there was a very heavy push to get women to focus on not putting in place,
guys, you have the right to not get pregnant. I promise you. I fucking promise you that is
electing, putting back into the White House the person who was responsible for taking those rights away and restoring them. But that message obviously was not enough to get enough white women to vote for Vice President Harris, a fellow woman. This will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy. And
I'm so sorry, bro. But black people ain't all like this. Just like 85% that voted for Kamala. Most of us are like, okay, most of us are, I guess, from the poll numbers. Most people agree with her, I guess. I don't fucking know. Democrats are weird when it comes to like race and stuff, but at least 15% of us are good, okay? At least 15% of us. I don't give a fuck about your color, your race. There's no blaming races. I didn't see this from the Republican side as much, but maybe I'm sure they blame black people. But to be fair, black people vote basically the same each election. We're moving more and more Republicans, so we're not really like the deciding factor for Republicans as much as we are for them. I guess we decide factor for the whole country, but I think Latinos get a lot more pressure from both sides. Democrats have been going crazy on the Latinos, bro. They are saying the most racist shit, talking about how much they hate Latinos, how they fucked it up. If you just go on like Twitter or Reddit or like online anywhere, it's just Democrats showing their true colors. To all of my Latino folk out there that voted red, you did the right fucking thing. If you're here legally, do not let people from, and they act like it's only Latinos that cross through that border. Trust me, we know. It's not just Mexicans and people from Venezuela or people from Brazil. It's not. It's people coming from fucking Iraq, Iran. It's people coming from an ocean away coming through these borders. They always try to make it seem like, oh, everybody hates Latino. No, we want to stop people from coming in illegally. If you're here legally, it's hard to help people who are legal when you have an influx of millions of illegal immigrants every fucking year. It becomes very hard to properly delegate money when you have to account for an undetermined amount of people every fucking year who need they need massive assistance. They don't speak the fucking language. They don't have housing. They don't have family here a lot of the time. A lot of the children go missing. They don't get followed up with. They don't want to do DNA testing anymore. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is crazy. And the Democrats are showing their true colors. I've seen, like, the Latino people are getting, like, the worst kind of hate that I've seen from the liberals so far. It's their colors, though. It's literally just tribalism, like my group versus your group. And if you don't agree with my group, you deserve to be gone. You deserve to be dead. That's how they see it. But us normal people, we know. We're all American.
God bless Shannon Watts, who has tried to have that conversation.
I will encourage
but if people aren't receptive to it, and if people vote more, party line or more on race than on gender and on protecting their gender, there's really not much more that you can do but tell people what the risks are and leave it to them to do the right thing.
Progressive pocket. You're saying, wow, 65% of the vote, 66 if you round up. That's great.
Oh, my God.
73%. And the math, 157,000 to 103. Well, again, we got 30% of the votes still to come in, and maybe the percentages change as well. Maybe all the votes that are out are from the campus, and and it juices up the number a little bit. But if you're looking at,
I'm here in Washington at a watch party. There's lots of Democrats here, and I have to say a lot of them are starting to go home, and there's a lot of sad faces downstairs. I'm with one of those voters now. How do you feel about the election results so far?
Yeah, how do you feel?
Honestly, I'm kind of bored. This is America, so, oh my gosh, the black woman didn't win.
Oh, it's because
you're bored.
She's
Are you worried?
It's because she's black.
Worried about...
Maybe because this bitch was a fucking DA in a prosecutor's office. You think black voters are gonna fucking resonate with that after the person she was under signed the fucking crime bill that put away a shit ton of black fathers for years over fucking weed? By the way, about 75% of black homes, 75 to 8% of black homes don't have a father in them currently. Which that crime bill can kind of be a fucking jumping point for the spike of no black fathers in the home, spike in crime. Start pressing down that hard on fucking crimes that really should just be misdemeanors. Guess what? You're gonna have less fathers in the home. You guys talk about how the government targets you, but then you vote in the party that literally targeted you. You think her a fucking prosecutor and then Joe Biden who signed something like that, you think they had the black people's best interests at heart? Kamala isn't fucking black to herself, let alone us. She's not fucking black. You're the enemy. That was her whole career, putting you away. People who look like you, people who look like me. That's her whole fucking identity. Get the fuck out of here, bro. It pisses me off. It's like, you can't be this damn delusional and just stupid. You think she lost because she's black? Like, actually, Obama won. But now it's the added, oh, but she's a woman. She's a woman. Blah, 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 blah. I guarantee... We'll see. There'll be a woman one day, and her excuse goes away. I'm sure a woman will win one day. I don't think they should because they're a woman, but if they have really good fucking policies and a good track record, sure. Kamala was never popular. She lost her popular vote in 2020 in a fucking landslide. She was not even fucking close. And then you have people like Tulsi Gabbard coming over to the Republican side because you guys lost your fucking mind. You think she lost because she's a woman? Get the fuck out of here. You can't even say because she's black. Obama won. He was more black than she is. I promise you that.
America?
About Trump winning.
No. It wouldn't be the first time a rich white man win, so it's okay. It's going to be the same as it always is.
And why do you think it looks like the race is going in his direction?
Oh, because of the economy. People don't know how it works. So they just vote for how their purse feels, and that's what we're seeing today.
So
do you think that Kamala will win? Do you think she's got any chance at this point?
She hasn't had a chance since Joe Biden stepped down. Honestly, in my opinion, she didn't have a chance.
So why'd you let your party do this?
She can put up a good fight, I guess. That's what we do.
You don't sound too optimistic.
It was not a good fight. She got fucking washed. She got fucking washed. Bad, actually. It's pretty fucking bad.
No, I was never optimistic.
These numbers, yeah, it's a pretty fucking big gap between them now.
In America, optimism is
in America
not recommended.
The most diverse and free country in the world.
Mean,
what?
Hey, we'll live.
Go back to Africa. Hello.
So you think that she may not win because she's a black woman?
Oh, she definitely won't win because she's a black woman.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
These Democratic leaders are simpletons. They're servants of the donor class. So they go in there like, donor, give me money, please. And I made an ad. I'm Kamala Harris. I'm full of joy.
This is big dummy.
Okay, well, what did that get you? And they say, oh, Jake, you're too angry. Too angry? What? You think?
There's a shift right. And then there's a shift
Can't even talk
Trump,
English, bro. What's the fuck is happening?
And shifting to Trumpism. And,
Trumpism?
I'm looking at a lot of
ideology.
things, especially after David talked about looking at counties.
Do we think Trump invented the idea of, I want to pay less taxes, I don't want income tax, fuck China, I don't like war, This is Trumpism. Like Trump made these ideas. Okay, I mean, sure. I guess he's the first president to not want to start wars. Sure.
You know, how Trump is gaining on what he did in 2020.
What the fuck does
and
that mean?
to
What
me,
ideology
I am,
of Trump's is unique
I'm
to, like, just
mystified in some ways. Simply
his school
because
thinking?
we're
What did he-
talking about a twice impeached, 4 times indicted, convicted on 34 felony counts former president.
Those shouldn't have been fucking felonies. 1, it should have been misdemeanors. 2, they were past the fucking statute of limitations. They literally raised it just so that they could politically assassinate him. They were trying to get him out of the race because they knew he would win. That's literally what happened. You can look this up. No other human being on the face of planet Earth has been charged with what he's being charged with, which makes no sense. And this is for what? Paying a fucking P-star? Are you serious? A P-star. This is what we're charging him for. Paying a P-star. Like, I want you guys to realize how fucking stupid it is. How does that affect his ability to serve the country? Why would we care? Like, genuinely, why would we care? And also, Bill Clinton did the same shit. I think, Richard Nixon? Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro?
That's one bucket. Then in another bucket, you have all of the things he's been saying on the campaign trail that gets to the decency that the woman was talking about in that last report, and how she
He's a felon
wanted
on a
to vote
crime
for
you
Vice
just
President
made up.
Harris because she didn't like that Madison Square Garden rally. I am
I hope all the people who...
I am mystified that despite all of that,
I hope they go to jail.
He's gaining support compared to 2020. And it gets back to something I said earlier at some point, one of the hours ago, that who are we as a country? And we're starting to find out.
Racist
and from what I'm seeing right now, I'm not sure. I like it.
The thing I think is most important to remember is the people who said that he was a Hitler lover weren't Democrats. They were Republicans. People who said that he was a fascist weren't Democrats. They were Republicans who worked for him. And so it's not just these elite Democrats over here, poisoning the well. You had a pretty broad consensus from Chomsky to the Cheneys, that was very, very concerned and remains concerned. And so I think it's not just on us to stop calling names. I think it's up to him to, as Allison said, with deeds show that he's not going to be those things.
Well, having said that, what percentage is reporting in North Carolina? 76% reporting. You're down by 7. You're in a world of trouble. You're like, yes, it matters which counties, but you're still in a world of trouble. And so much trouble that one of the organizations has already called it. Okay, now let's go to Georgia.
Yeah, by the way, Iowa has been called by CNN at least for Trump.
Iowa called for Trump, so there goes that nonsense. I'm getting revved up here on a significant rant. So, because Kamala Harris is not winning, and the people who thought that Kamala Harris was going to win in a landslide are totally wrong.
Democrat Congresswoman Maxine Waters, a member of the House of Representatives for more than 30 years.
Hell yeah. You ain't my
good evening. It is looking like America has gone for Trump. What's gone wrong?
Well, based on the information that we have now, it certainly does look that way. I don't know if it should be described as something gone wrong. Evidently, the majority of basically whites in this country willing to accept a dishonorable human being, someone who has been convicted of 34 felonies, someone who has been openly and brazenly racist, someone who has, talked about...
Do you guys think it's honorable to tell an entire race of people they're not that race if they don't vote for you? That honorable? Was it honorable to put thousands to millions of black fathers in prison so that we would be weaker and then you can fill our fucking homes with bullshit? Do you think it's ethical to sponsor fucking celebrities and make them corporate fucking puppets to brainwash the mass public? You think that's honorable? You think it's honorable to lie about people and to drag their name through the mud? People who were very liked by society before they ran against you, and you obviously are an establishment. That's honorable? to use all of your powers to try to destroy a man's life, to try to get him killed twice, to continue to spread falsities, to lie and promote other people to attack this man? Was that honorable, you fucking coward? Is that what honor is? Is it honor to protect criminals? Why hasn't the FBI arrested anyone besides Epstein and Diddy? Why? So that you guys can blackmail them for fucking votes that you're not gonna get because they have no power. Why isn't everybody... It does not take this long to look at fucking videos and start rounding people up. If this was me or any of you, we would be in fucking prison right now. Easily. No matter how big the ring was. We would be in fucking prison. They have evidence to start getting these. They have enough evidence to get at least somebody to start ratting. Or multiple people to start ratting. These celebrities are not built for fucking prison the rest of their lives. They will rat. They will talk. Diddy's probably going for life anyway, if done as much shit as claimed. He's probably not gonna rat. Get somebody else. I promise you. Damn near everyone in Hollywood. I don't fuck with Eminem. I don't fuck with Beyonce. I don't fuck with any of these people shelling for the Democrat Party. Because why? Eminem, someone who's supposed to be for free speech. Someone who, in their previous song or the previous album, have songs that would absolutely offend that side to the point they would shut you down if you weren't shilling for them. Get the fuck out of here. What do you know about what poor people today are going through? You spent more years of your life rich than fucking poor. You can rap, reminisce about the old days as much as you want. You're not fucking relatable. Pack it up. Unlike musicians who sing, you rap. If you're not rapping about topics people give a fuck about, you're nothing. It is what it is. I'm not saying he can't sell. He'll always sell. It is what it is. It's not as enjoyable as it used to be. And I still love Eminem's music. I would never take that away. It's just really disappointing that someone who wants to push free speech to its utmost limit and has for most of his career will come out and support a party that literally tries to silence people who don't want to use gender pronouns or gender pronouns that don't fucking exist. Silence people who have a dissenting opinion. They take away your social media. They try to get you fired. They try to ruin your life. They try to push women are always right, which leads to false accusations being accepted by a vast majority of women. This is not a good group of people for freedom of fucking speech, for democracy, for fairness. This is not exactly a group that I think deserves supporting right now. These celebrities should stick to doing fucking charities, keep your fucking money, and shut the fuck up. Because none of you have any fucking morality. You want me to listen to fucking Eminem, who clearly knew about the Diddy stuff, who never reported this shit? Or if he did, he waited until all these years later? You want me to respect you? You want me to respect Beyonce? You want me to respect Jay-Z? You want me to respect all these people around Diddy? Or who knew him? Or who knew about what he was doing? You're just as bad. You're just as guilty. That's like you knowing you have a kidnapper next to you. You don't call a fucking police. You think anybody's going to respect you? Well, yeah, I knew he had the kids in his basement, but it's not really my problem. What do you think people's response would be? As far as I'm concerned, every single celebrity with any relation to him, MGK, Megan Fox by extension, anyone under his label, anyone who's made jokes about Diddy and all this other shit that knew for a fact, people who've been to those parties and who really knew, and you did nothing about it, fuck you. Piece of shit. And those are the people you had for the Democrat Party, but you guys want to talk to us about morality. What the fuck you gonna say to a Republican about morality when you're supporting that? When the Catholic Church got busted, guess what? They went to fucking prison. Celebrities? No. We can't question the celebrities, but you'll question the church any chance you get. I'm an atheist. But it's just crazy, the double standard. Why do you guys not question why nobody said anything for years? They're talking about children being victimized. Who protects them if not us? Who? And the average person doesn't fucking know. Diddy would have been buried under the prison a long time ago. Guarantee any man who would have known about this, any normal person who knew about this, that had the power to stop it, would have. But none of you did. No, I thought a little jab here in a rap song. Get the fuck out of here. Talk to me about more. The fuck? Okay, I've never watched someone get fucking assaulted and do nothing about it. Essayed. But sure.
His love for
you're the moral ones. The
Putin and Kim Jong-un and made some statements favorable to Hitler. It doesn't matter.
This is all why you don't like him, but why has America voted for him?
Yeah, why?
Racism is the basic point. Now, I know that there will be...
Dude, the last thing you need to ever do is listen to an old black person's opinion voting. They don't know shit about politics. I fucking promise you. Most black people are learning about politics now due to the internet. I fucking promise you that's why we're seeing this shift. Without the internet, black people would be as on the Democrat plantation as we were fucking 20 years ago. Don't listen to old black people about voting. Just straight up. They don't know shit about politics. It's literally this. They only can say racism. Well, Republicans are racist. In the conversation, they can't give any examples. They can't give you any policies. That's literally all they say, despite the fact most of them, policy-wise, literally lean Republican. You think old black people are really big fans of the LGBT? Really? Really? One of the most homophobic communities on planet fucking Earth? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. 9 times out of 10, you see a person getting beat up for being gay. It's going to be black people beating up another black person. Get the fuck out of here.
Some support from some minorities, but basically we're outnumbered.
Look up a video.
We're outnumbered. And it's not about whether or not, people are selecting absolutely based on public policy or whether or not there's an elected official who's willing to do what's in the best interest of all of the people. It is about folks who are willing to accept him no matter how bad he is, no matter how dishonorable he is, no matter how brazen he is in his racist attitudes, etc. That's what it's all about. People don't like to talk about racism, but the fact of the matter is the majority of his votes are going to come.
People don't like to talk about racism because most of the shit I be saying is racist has nothing to do with race or has so little to do with race that you bringing up racism just amplifies the issue for no fucking reason. What the fuck does race have to do with this election? You think Kamala lost because she's fucking part Indian? Part Jamaican? Like, what the fuck? Or whatever the fuck she claims to be. Like, well... You think that's why she lost? You don't think it has anything to do with how she ran or how the Democrat Party has been acting for 4 fucking years? Well, much longer than that, since 2015, 16. You can't identify what a woman is. What the fuck are we talking about? You are the most radical group of people in the country. As a collective, you are
from
radical.
Whites. And that's who has been talking to all campaign about taking the country back. Taking it back from whom? Taking it back from too many minorities who are doing too well, who are succeeding.
I didn't realize my volume was so low.
Gap. And something has to be done in his estimation. And so that's what it's really all about. It's not about the economy and all that people would like to basically hide behind. It's about white versus others.
But it's looking possible tonight that Donald Trump has won the popular vote. Are you saying that the majority of Americans are racist?
I'm saying the majority of the Americans will buy into anything as long as they believe that somehow they will have more advantage, they will have more ownership, that they don't have to worry about others who will be equal to them. You can call it equal, but that's the way it is.
It looks, Congressman Walters, as if he's expanded his base to include more black voters, more Latino voters, more people of color this time round. I mean, not more than Harris, but more than last time round. Doesn't that fight your theory?
Well, I don't know. We've got to wait and see. I don't know what the expansion is. There may be some expansion in the Latino community, but all of this talk about getting Black votes, I don't think.
Oh, no, it happened. Oh, that's true.
I do
That's
believe,
true. Mostly Black men.
are.
Mostly because the Black women in our community are just, well, women just vote more Democrat in general. Like, it's just how it is. That's because men vote with logic a lot of the time. We use a lot more logic in our daily lives, I think. I feel like women are very emotional, irrational people, which is what makes it beautiful when we come together. You know? Sometimes you need that. But men are a lot more, like, stable in our, like, thoughts. That's from my experience.
Because they feel that...
There are outliers, of course, but that's how it is.
The answers to how to be rich, you know, how to be powerful, and how to rule. And this is
how to not start wars. How about that
to
one?
Many of them. And so
less wars, less tax dollars go to those wars.
But I do know this, that his base is huge. It is basically white, and they are voting for him.
It's a lot of Hispanics.
Maxine Waters, thank you very much
Hispanics, actually.
And let me just...
Good amount of Black people. Well, we're done. Overall, I have enjoyed this. Join my Twitter. I'm gonna be making fun of people all day. I think it's funny. I think Democrats have lost their fucking minds, and I think we are on the path to redemption. I'm excited to see what happens. I hope this new administration does what they promised come next year when they hand over, if they do, control of the country over to Donald Trump. It's not if they do, when they do, right? So they'll try to fight it. Yeah. But later, guys, make sure you make fun of every single Democrat you get your eyes on. I think it's funny. They're really fragile, so don't be too rough.